What's up, party people? G5 Productions in the place to be. Superman First Class in the mix. Welcome to G5 Studios. Remember when I built the Irig? I want to make a slight adjustment to it, so let's go ahead and do that. Hello everybody and welcome back to G5 Studios. I'm Gerald, and today I'm going to briefly talk about what I did with the Irig on a camera stand, and then we're going to make an adjustment so that I can regain two 15-foot extension cables, right? So let's get into it. But before we do, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and of course turn on the bell if you want to keep up with all these cool videos. All right, let's get it. Okay, party people, in case you're wondering why I got the vacuum cleaner over here, well, vacuum cleaners sometimes go when they go, right? But what I'm going to do is repurpose the actual cable of the vacuum cleaner for the Irig stand over here. So there it is. We're just going to cut this off and then reattach another plug so we can regain two 15-foot extension cables, and I think it's a good idea, so let's just do it. Okay, party people, real quick, I'm going to just recap on how I built the Irig stand right here and all the components to it. It is very simple. So here's the phone mount. I was streaming with an iPhone 6, and you can put this in a vertical or horizontal position right there. It's just simply mounted to the camera stand right there. And then of course here's the Irig. Now for power, things are quite simple. Here's a lightning cable that goes in the phone to keep it powered, and then that cable winds up into a box plug, which is plugged into the first 15-foot extension cable right there that goes down the pole right there. And then at some point I did have to mount that to another 15-foot extension cable, which goes all the way down here and also winds up on this end. So this is how I power the phone, and I supply audio to the Irig from the DDJ right here. Now as far as audio go, we have the Irig with the TRRS that goes right into the cell phone there. There's the Irig, and then of course into the Irig we have a TRS to XLR cable that goes down the pole, everything velcroed, really nice. And then the other end of that cable is an XLR, so it mounts to a regular 15-foot XLR to XLR down here on the other end, just alike, right? So this is what I've been using with a cell phone to live stream to YouTube or Facebook, and if you guys want to see that, there'll be a card put up here, and you can also check it down in the link in the description below. So what we're going to do here is take the vacuum cleaner cable that I've cut off. Here's the end that's still good to plug into the wall, and it's only 2 prongs, and here's the other end cut off right here. So we're going to repurpose this just for the Irig. This is going to basically become a 2-prong extension cable, so no ground plug involved. Here's all the parts and tools we're going to use. We got a screwdriver right there. We got the new plug that we're going to mount to the cable. We got some wire strippers, a multimeter, so to make sure we have the right connections at the right ends with the used vacuum cleaner cable. Okay, so here's the wire strippers right here. We're just going to simply put this in here, and we're going to strip a small piece of the cable off, just enough to get it inside that new plug we just bought. So boom, there it is. So I went and got these scissors so I can cut off all these strings right here. So let's go ahead and do that so they're not in the way. There it is. Making sure everything is nice and clean here. So the same way we had to strip off a piece of the overall sleeve, I'm going to use these to strip off a little bit of each cable right here also. So here we go. All right, obviously for this next part I needed some desk space because I'm working with the multimeter and the screwdriver, and of course I'm going to be handling these wires mounting in here. So to get you guys all orientated, what I got going on is, and actually I'm going to flip this. I got the small side of the plug on the left and the bigger prong on the right. So I'm going to orientate this thing the same way. I have the little side on the left and the bigger side on the right. Now to make sure I figure out which wire is going to be mounted onto which connection inside, I'm going to just use the multimeter here and do a quick continuity check. So the way that works is when I touch these two leads together here, it's going to make a sound. So all I have to do is simply put this in one side. So we'll start with the brass side right there, and we're gonna go ahead and check it out. So that's the black wire, and obviously the white wire is gonna go over here onto the silver side. All right, so now that we know which wire is going where, I'm gonna simply, I'm gonna start with the white wire here, and I'm gonna put this loop into it just like that. And I'm gonna mount this in a way that when I turn the screw, it's actually gonna turn in the same way the loop is, so that way I get a good connection there. And of course, we're gonna do the same thing over here on the brass side. So here we go. Loop it in, start turning. All right, so we got a good secure connection, and actually I'm gonna kind of redo the white side there because I think it's pushed up a little bit too high. So there we go. The goal is to make sure we tighten down on the actual copper part of both wires. So that's a good snug connection. Before I close this and mount this side in right here, what we want to do is make sure that these two wires just kind of rest down inside the grooves here, as you can see I'm doing. So when we close it, it has a good pinch-free connection. And then we just simply tighten this up. So there's the end result so far, and to leave absolutely nothing to chance here, what we're going to do is put the little side on the left, big side on the right, little side on the left here, big side on the right, and we're just going to re-verify everything with the continuity check. So there it is, and there it is. All right, so everything checks out good here. Now let's go ahead and replace our two 15-foot extension cables. What we're going to do here is undo all this cool Velcro that I got so I can get this extension cable free right here. So let's do all those first. So next we're just going to unplug the box plug here, just like that, and throw it to the side. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get this box plug undone from the Velcro here. That way I have a little bit more wiggle room to plug in the new plug so I can replace that. And there it is, just like that. So now that I have this orientation, I can make sure that I re-Velcro everything accordingly. So we're going to start first back with the box plug. And next we're going to do the wire of the new extension cable that we just created. And after this, it's just a matter of putting all the other Velcros back in place. So here we go. So what I can do now is go ahead and gather up two 15-foot extension cables. So I'm going to roll this first one up just like that, and I'm going to detach it from the second one. I will be putting a new Velcro on these here soon enough, but for now I'm just going to throw it on the floor, and here comes the second one that actually has a Velcro on it. So I'm going to roll that up just like that. So all we have to do now is stretch out the new extension cable with the audio cable. And here's what it looks like. So we now have approximately 25 feet of audio and power cable to get this phone away from me to stream with. I generally don't use that length of it, but if I needed to get a bigger shot, depending on where I'm at, then I could use this with no problem. So now I have a new dedicated extension cable where I can repurpose two more, and we're gonna go ahead and roll all of this up now. I just now opened up the stand some so I can put a Velcro around this a little bit better, because with all this cable rolled up like this, I do have a dedicated Velcro strip to hold it all together. And when I'm not using it, I just kind of strap the Velcro around there. So there it is, party people. I just repurposed a used vacuum cleaner power cable to make my own custom extension cable for the sole purposes of powering my iPhone when I use it in conjunction with this stand and the Irig 2. Plus, I got to regain two 15-foot extension cables, so I could probably use these in live sound or something like that. I hope this video was inspiring. It was another DJ hack, and if you guys appreciate that, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and of course turn on the notifications so you don't miss any cool videos from G5 Productions. I'm Gerald, and if you want to know more about us, you can always visit us on social media and our website at www.g5productions.com. Let's get it.